well, another Wednesday, and we'll be playing some of this Expeditions Roams. Let me just click a couple things. Like this. Here we are. Starting a new game.
In the year of Lucius Licinius Lucullus, Rome was prosecuting several wars of self-defense, most notably in Greece, where Lucullus himself was commanding the legions. With everyone's gaze directed at the provinces, few could have known that a seemingly inauspicious event in Rome would become the central fulcrum around which the fate of the Republic would turn. The paterfamilias of a venerable patrician house had passed away unexpectedly, and a senator by the name of Vitellius Scaevola had made a bid for the hand of his eldest child. His widow alone believed that Scaevola had poisoned her husband and now strove to take his place and claim his property through marriage. Acting in secret, the widow arranged for her youngest child to be taken out of their villa in the dead of night and smuggled out of Rome.
Dun dun dun. So there you go. And here we are making our character. Now, the first time I booted this up, it started as female, right? So you have female and male characters. Female's on the left naturally. That's the symbol for woman. You know, that thing that we don't know about because we're not biologists. So this is a war game, and I am up in the air on whether I'll play male or female, because the fact that we are in ancient Rome playing a war game, the idea of a woman involved in war in this way is a modern social message. Is the frame rate really bad? It might be. Is it, so like if I move my mouse around, it's like really choppy? I might need to try some things. Mr. Gladius says, as a true descendant of the Latin glory, I'm here to accompany you in this woke journey that is nothing more than a mockery of the real glory of Rome. The Coon says male. The only thing is, if I go male, we're gonna miss out on some of the commentary that comes with like, oh, you know, you're a woman, but women are totally capable soldiers of war, just like everybody else. Cool Guy says it's choppy. Okay, let me try a couple things here. I might have to... I'll try adjusting some settings. I was noticing some chop a little bit ago, and I wasn't sure how bad it was. Let me try just nuking these video settings. Video presets. Oh man, we're going low. Low video presets. Oh god. So, click on that. Let's see here. How's it going, Marvelous?
In the year of Lucius
Let me
Licinius
click this. How about now? Am I looking smooth now? The settings are way down. Oh, look, that texture pop in. Ando, Mr. Gladius, Zakun, Cool Guy, Life After Death, good to see you all. Life After Death says the alternative hypothesis is on. Oh, so he's doing a stream right now, is what you're saying? Zakun said he's always thought that classical Greece is more cool than ancient Rome. So, Zakun says I should be male. Again, we will miss out on some of this commentary about being a woman. Anyone else have any preferences here? I might go with a woman, just so we can... Because here's the thing. Okay, so here we... Like, you know, default in the character creator is woman, right? Left side, that's how it started me off first time I booted this up. When you look over here, you have the first name, family name, and nickname. That's your... Oh gosh, what's the term? Something... Praenomen, nomen, and something nomen? Nomen. What's it? Nomen? Name, Rome. I'm searching on my phone. Cognomen, right? I haven't searched it yet. I just remembered. So it's praenomen, nomen and cognomen. It's your sort of first name, family name, nickname, and you notice this is grayed out. And it says, in Roman society, women were not given first names. And I think that is there to sort of hit the player, you know, like, oh, well, this is an ancient society, and, you know, they were mean to women. I think that's ultimately going to sort of imply to many gamers, you know. Let me mess with this. God, this is a lot louder than I remember. What if I just pop it like this? Okay, a little bit better, I'm thinking. Just I want to remind everyone that in Rome, ancient Rome, women definitely could own property, right? And they could buy it, and they could sell it, and they could write a will, and, you know, bequeath their possessions onto other female descendants or female people, you know. So while I think the game is trying to, like, at the very first thing, like, here, you can create a woman, and by the way, you know, you don't, you know, in Roman society, you didn't have a real name, you know. It's like, I mean, they had names, they didn't have the praenomens, which I'm not sure, like, I'm not an expert in ancient Roman society. I'm not sure if a praenomen is completely interchangeable with modern first names, because I don't think naming conventions are on the whole translatable between now and then, with no sort of like inconsistencies between how they live their lives and how we live ours in terms of like how we refer to each other. Dakun says, no first name for women? How did you tell them apart? Well, I mean, they had other names. And I know that, like, if there was multiple women within a family, you would, you know, they would be almost, you know, you'd have the first and the second. Like, so this is, so you have your family name. Like, what's a good family name in here? You know, is, Romilia. So here you go. Family name for the man is Romilius, but for the female, this is the same family name, but it's the feminized version of the family name, Romilia versus Romilius. But here's the thing, like, if he's Marcus Romilius, it's not like everyone calls him Marcus in all the social situations. Like, there are lots of social situations where he'll be actually referred to by one of these other two names, right? So if you say, like, oh, well, how can you tell a woman when she doesn't have a first name? Well, it's like, you might not have been calling the guys by their first name either, depending on the social situation, right? It's almost, I'm not saying it's the same as, like, Japan or whatever, but, like, just an example, if you know, like, someone in a family like Tokugawa, right? If you are a friend with their son, you might call their son Tokugawa-san, but the mother also might get called Tokugawa-san by her friends or her co-workers or whoever. Like, they're all Tokugawa-san, and only if you're more intimate might you call them by their first name. But so Ando votes male. Marvelous says go girl, slay queen. Var says whammon. FN says woman for the lols. Dakun says he's good with female. I might be playing a woman. Just so we can see some of the things they're going to present. Now, you can change the skin color. Now, one of the interesting things, you know, that, you know, so it's not a slider, it's a bunch of radial buttons. It says skin color, right? Let's, yeah, so this is like your standard sort of portrait there. You notice when we get dark, they didn't, so on this character here, they did just make his skin darker, right? Like, boom, 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 boom. But look at this art. the brow and the nose and the lips do change, because this is, while this says skin color, this is like referring to like racial genetic ancestry, right? Your portrait will never change to be like an Asian man, right? You're either going to be a European or you're going to be an African, right? So that's what you're going to be in this ancient Roman game. They gave you the bigger nose, gave you the bigger lips, the different brow, right? They moved the ear too, huh? Interesting. It did move, right? So, I'm gonna play a woman, just so we can see some of the woman stuff. Face, like, I don't really care about any of this, really. We'll go with pale skin. We'll go loose hair, dark brown, and average. And we'll be Romilia Tuberta. That'll work. Now, these 3 perks unlocks unique dialogue options to persuade other people in different situations. Think about what kind of character you want to roleplay, and choose your rhetorical style accordingly. During the story, you may have a chance to master a second technique, so we can do Ethos, the art of using the power of your authority and your abilities to get your way. Logos, the art of convincing someone with sound logical arguments and reasoning. And Pathos, the art of winning people over using stirring rhetoric or emotional manipulation. There is no breast slider, and I'm not gonna like, does it matter how cute my character is? I played a little of this game just so I understood how the combat sort of worked. You're not gonna see my character that much, really. I mean, I'm inclined to say Pathos. I like the idea of stirring people with rhetoric. Maybe not so much emotional manipulation, but we might be doing some of that. You can... How will history remember you? This is the difficulty thing. You can be Augustus Caesar. That's Julius Caesar's nephew, who took his name. Ando says Logos is actually. Zakun likes Logos. Too late, I already picked. I mean, I could go back. Oh, we'll see in the dialogue whether I'm cute or not? Whether, like, my character's attractive? But Augustus is easy. Julius Caesar's nephew took over after him. Julius Caesar, Pompey, and Crassus for the insane difficulty. We'll just go with Caesar for now. I don't normally play these kind of games. If it gets hard, maybe I'll bump it down to Augustus or something. And we'll just leave these as they are. I'm sorry if I didn't pick the exact character you wanted.
Did you hear me, Domina? Your body is surely present, but your mind seems somewhere else.
So he says Domina, which is like sort of like a, I think it means master or something. I think it's like Domine if it's referring to a male, but because my character's female, he's saying Domina. I'm stunned by the beauty of the sea. Look at how blue it is.
It soothes the soul, doesn't it? I had come to think that this sea was so blue in my memories, only because I was young the last time I saw it. But I remembered right. I asked the Triarchus how close we are to Lesbos, but he would not give me a straight answer.
So I can say, the sooner I wet my blade, the better I'll feel. Oh, God. All right. He just claims we are close to our destination?
Indeed. In his defense, there are many islands on this sea, and they mostly look the same. Will you check with the Triarchus? Hopefully he will give you a clearer answer. He told me his name is Geminus.
You just need to use a little more charm, make him like you. I'll see if I can tease some information out of him.
You do have a way of speaking to people's emotions. I'm sure he'll be more helpful to you. You should also go and thank Quintus Aquilinus. I do believe he saved our lives with his timely appearance at the villa.
Okay, so remember, at the beginning we saw a cutscene like my character's mother smuggled us out of Rome because someone had killed our father, and she was worried that we were in danger. There are so few passengers.
Your mother paid Geminus handsomely to set off in great haste under cover of night. 2 others did board with us, also bound for Lesbos. Young Gaius has been pacing impatiently over there, wearing grooves into the deck. There was a gladiator too, but I don't know where he went.
Gaius, huh? We left so quickly, my mother and sister.
Do not worry. The Vitellius brothers have no reason to do them any harm. Besides, you cannot save them by worrying. Focus on the task ahead.
Well, thanks for coming with me. Was this Cyrano?
Thank you for bringing me along. It will be wonderful to see my homeland again.
I'll see if Geminus knows where we're going. Geminus? The quest markers point you towards your mandatory objectives and optional exclamation points. Oh my god. Goals. Quest markers are only displayed for the currently tracked quests. When you have more than one quest, you can change the one you're tracking from the quest menu. Press J for journal to open. WASD to pan the camera. You can rotate the camera with the middle mouse button. Press F to make the camera follow your character again. Okay. So in this game, I believe they're using like a reconstructed...
You found your sea legs quickly, Domina.
Yes, I did. I believe they're using a reconstructed Latin pronunciation. And as far as I know, it's accurate. Like, it's good. Walk over here. Well, here we go. This is not the, this is not the skipper.
You handle the sea better than most. I'm glad.
Thanks for your timely arrival at my villa.
The timing was fortunate, but there is no need to thank me. The consul sent me to get you. Please, call me Kaiser, if it's not too familiar.
Okay, so this is where we're getting into, like, the... I think he's suggesting that we should use his praenomia, when I believe initially we were using... Or, like, or maybe we... If he had not said this, we would just use his nomen or something. I'll say not, Aquilinus, whatever.
My subordinates call me Centurio. My superiors call me Aquilinus. My friends call me Kaiser.
So here we're getting into the notion that, like, you had 3 names for men, and while women didn't have the praenomia, or whatever, praenomen, like, men didn't go around always getting called by their praenomen either. And here I can say, you can call me, oh, so this is my cognomen. So maybe this is his cognomen? Again, no expert on Roman naming schemes. I can say, you can call me by my cognomen.
With all due respect, I'd better not.
Oh. Can we go over the plan? Our departure was far too hasty to discuss our course of action.
Ah, she did not keep you apprised. Your mother has secretly been making arrangements with the consul. You will, of course, not participate in the war in any capacity. You are a woman.
Oh my gosh. We won't be participating in the war because we're a woman. I'm well aware of that. Why should I not experience adventure? That's very interesting euphemism for war. Adventure. Why should I not experience adventure? I can fight better than most of your men.
That is completely out of the question. One word of advice. I know Lucullus is a friend of your family, but remember, he is the consul, elected by the people to rule all of Rome. It's best if you don't act too familiar with him in front of his men.
Gasp. He's suggesting that because I'm a woman, I shouldn't be involved in war. And here's what we're seeing already, right? a lot of modern media, including games, they'll come at you with this suggestion that, like, oh, well, war is this thing that men get to do and that women don't get to do. Isn't that awful? Women don't get to do this because they're women, which is such a bass-ackwards interpretation. The reality is, a lot of men have not wanted to fight wars. And the only way you could get them to do it is by telling them that their women won't have to see it if they go die. It's not that they got to do it, and oh, the women didn't get to do it, and it's a huge victory for women that now they get to do it. The whole sort of, like, women wanting to do war thing, it reminds me of a certain clip that I got just before this stream. It reminds me of Lisa Simpson in The Simpsons. Check this out.
What position have you got for me? Hello? That's right. A girl wants to play football. How about that?
Well, that's super duper, Lisa. In fact, we already have 4 girls on the team.
You do?
Uh-huh. But we'd love to have you on board.
Well, football's not really my thing. After all, what civilized person would play a game with the skin of an innocent pig?
Well, actually, Lisa, these balls are synthetic.
And for every ball we buy, $1 goes to Amnesty International. I've got to go.
It seems to me like a lot of people, especially women, have suggested that, like, women need to be involved in war. They should get to be in war, and they should get to do some of the things men do, just out of this, like, weird, like, we gotta break the glass ceiling because it's there sort of mentality, where they don't seem to actually understand why anything is the way it is. Like, he's suggesting that, you know, he's gonna deny me, a woman, adventure because I'm a woman? Oh my gosh, and I'm not even allowed to have a name? You can own property, you can become wealthy, you can live a good life. We don't want you to go die in war. We will go send men to die for you. Please stay safe. Oh my gosh, I'm oppressed. Nero, to answer your question, I'm not sure if I know anything about that music you suggested. What's your relationship with this guy? The consul. So there was 2 consuls in the Roman Senate, and he's one of them. Very big, important guy.
For many years, I was the primus pillis of Legio Prima Italica, which he commands. He needed someone he could trust to get you out of Rome and keep you safe.
Wow. Will you be returning to your position?
That position has already been filled by one of my centuriones. A good man, easily up to the task. My job now is to watch your back and help you settle into your new life.
So, and that there is that more, like that reconstructed Latin pronunciation. So, what is it, centuriones, instead of centurion, as we might say today. Okay, well, I haven't asked for a nursemaid. You know, I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no man.
I won't act like a nursemaid, as long as you don't act like an infant.
Oh, that's a good one. Have you talked to any of the other passengers?
I had a brief talk with that gladiator who boarded before us, just to make sure he won't give us any trouble. He seems to have vanished, though. The young man over there, Gaius, is apparently the nephew of the other consul, Marcus Aurelius Cotta. He's here to become a tribunus, a mostly ornamental position intended for young patricians to learn about military affairs.
Well, I should go talk to the skipper. Well, if it... Gaius, you say? How's it going, Gaius?
Solway.
My name is Remilia Truberta.
It is a pleasure. I am Gaius Julius Caesar.
Here you go. It's Gaius, or as we would say today, Julius Caesar. Gaius Julius Caesar. This is all quite new to me, Caesar. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all. But keep in mind, I'm not the most experienced soldier either.
Not the most experienced soldier. Ah, so now we're starting to understand, like, okay, we're in Rome, sort of late Roman Republic. I don't know what the year is, like 80 or something, 80 BC. What? I don't know. Well, that can't be that, because Gaius would be younger, like a baby. Well, or a kid. This is probably like, God, how old was he? Oh. Maybe in the 60s or something. 60s BC. Where are you from, Gaius Julius Caesar?
I was born in Rome, but they say my family is from Alba Longa.
Hmm. Why did you join the Legion?
That's a long story, my friend. Suffice to say, the powers that be are not fond of me. I have decided that staying in Rome could be, shall we say, hazardous to my health.
How many wars did you fight in?
To be honest, this will be my first proper battle. I did study a lot, though, and therefore I am well versed in matters of strategy and tactics.
Why does he sound so British all of a sudden? What is this? This is my first proper battle, or however he said it. Very British sounding statement. This whole thing sounds very British. I'll say to him, this is my first military assignment. Obviously, I'm not here on military assignment. Do you have any advice?
If you don't play an important part, you will be torn apart. My father used to say. I guess that was his way of telling me to be brave and hopefully not stupid.
This sounds more like... this sounds... If you don't play an important part, you'll be torn apart. I mean, maybe it applies to real life. I feel like it applies to, like, plays and dramas. Like, your main character might be less inclined to die than side characters. I don't know. Well, Wale, Gaius. We shall talk later. So there you go. We've met Julius Caesar.
I heard she's running from a senator who wants her dead.
Shh, keep your voice down.
Talking about me.
What is he looking for?
He's been like this all morning.
Been like this all morning. Oh yeah, I forgot I can move the camera. So this is the ship we're on. Obviously a lot of rowers. They're not animated, right? Like, but these would be obviously people rowing. That's a cool ship. I can only assume this is roughly historically accurate. So here's the skipper. Geminus? Geminus?
Mm-hmm.
Solway. Geminus, wasn't it?
What? Yes, Geminus.
Oh, Geminus.
Sorry. I'm a little preoccupied.
It's a very fine galley you have here. I think galley is the type of ship we're on. Obviously, today galley would be the kitchen in the ship. I was almost sad to... I will almost be sad to step off it when we reach Lesbos, my favorite island. Do you have our destination in sight?
Ah, thank you. I work hard to keep her in good condition. We should be at our destination just after midday, so please enjoy the rest of your journey. Wait.
Wait. What is it?
Ah, shit. They're headed straight towards us. They're gonna ram.
Get your father's weapons. Let's see if you're as formidable a woman as Lucullus said.
So... Oh my goodness.
Gaius, are you alright?
I'm fine, Centurio.
Form up! Let's get these pirates off our ship!
Preparation phase. Before combat begins, you will often have time to organize your Praetorians into a formation within a highlighted area in blue. Simply click on one of your Praetorians and click where you want them to be. Good idea to put heavy infantry in front, archers and support behind them. Okay. Obviously, all of a sudden, here, this guy, Queso, His name can't be Queso, but I'm gonna call him Queso. Cheese dude. He was like, well, you're a woman, so naturally we won't have you in combat because, you know, we don't try and let, you know, women go into combat. Like, men will die so women can be safe. And then once some bad starts to happen, it's immediately like, okay, lady, grab your sword, because now we're fighting. All right, so I am in control of my character, Queso, this guy, Cineros, and Gaius Julius Caesar. You're free to swap between characters. Yep. I got to play this only for a couple minutes, so I understand a little bit. Now, Cool Guy says, I guess in times of emergency, women would be expected to take up arms. Sounds reasonable. Sort of. You still expect them to be like the last line of defense, right? It's sort of like you might give your wife a pistol and say, okay, you go hide here with the kids. If someone comes for you, well, shoot him, right? You don't, like, send her to the front lines. You would send her, like, under the ship and, you know, give her a dagger or something. Feel like, all right, well, you know, they might do absolutely terrible things, but if someone comes in half injured to come after you, you can cut their throats or something. Mister says, women drivers. Is that what happened? Is that what this is about? Pirate boarding party? It's actually just a misunderstanding based off of women drivers? Okay. First, select a skill to use. Skills cannot be used more than once per turn. Require an action point, this diamond, to use, and some have limited charges, the square, per encounter. So, where's my Gaius Julius Caesar? Like, I could do... I don't know. Let's just, So, 100% chance of 3 to 5 health. Status effects. The number indicates the remaining duration in combat rounds. The bars indicate how severe it is. Status effects can be positive. And they show, I don't know what the hell that icon is. Negative. That shows someone getting hit in the hamstring. Or neutral. And then there's a picture of an amoeba. To get more information about current status effect, press E. So he's untrained. Incapacitating this character will restore an action point, and he's harried. Minus 10 to all resistances, and minus 25% damage. Alright. I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna use my character, go up and slash him. Look at that. Got him. Now it means I get to use another action. So I'm gonna go up here and punch this guy. My lady is gonna go up here and punch that guy. Great. We'll have this guy come up. He will slash here. He'll come up. Concussive strike here. And then reach here. He's a pretty good... This old guy is pretty, you know, baller. Okay, and now I've used all my characters. Like, I can still move them a little bit more. Like, I can move him one. I'm gonna leave these people here. It's fine. I have an unspent action point. Do I? Oh. Well. I don't know if this matters. I don't know how long this lasts. Okay, it lasts for a couple turns. That's fine. So now there's friendly turns. So these are other people who are on the ship with me that are allied with me. And now it's enemy turns. So this is the pirates.
Roman craftsmanship.
Roman craftsmanship.
Where's that gladiator who boarded with us?
Up there!
Never underestimate the value of an impressive entrance.
Oh my god, guys. It's a really cool black guy. It's a really awesome, totally badass black gladiator. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? The character just failed a morale check, making them behave erratically. The morale of your people is based on their approval to you, while enemies get a flat bonus for their morale for each leader they have in the fight. Whenever a character is killed or incapacitated, their allies lose a little morale. Certain skills, such as Frighten, can reduce a character's morale further, while others may increase it. Morale is reset at the beginning of every encounter. Every time a character's morale changes, a random number from -100 to 0 is generated. If the number exceeds the character's morale, they get a negative status effect. A character cannot fail morale checks if they are at 0 morale or above. The lower their morale is at the time, the worse their static effect will be. So who lost the morale check? Morale 4? Here's -5 on morale. -5. I can't tell who. Panicked. Cannot take actions. At the beginning of the turn, the character attacks a random ally. Well, I guess we won't have to focus on him then. She's our temporary ally. We will concussive strike this guy.
You're deadly with that thing.
I've lived other lives before this one.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me, so he's gonna move to a random hex. Bash him with a shield. Oh, here's the cool, the really awesome black gladiator guy. We can probably send him all the way back here to fight this guy. We'll give him the old 1-2. Yep. And then he's out of actions. Send my girl up to go slash this guy. There are things that you guys are writing in chat that I can't necessarily say. And then that's good for this turn. I have an unspent point. Oh, Julius Caesar. Just come shoot this guy. Good job, Caesar. Well, you can probably shoot this guy too. Oh, didn't expect you to kill him. Well, that's fine. Yeah, do that. What the heck? Friendly turn? Dude just goes and executes some guy laying on the ground. That was crazy. Did you see me looking through the mast? That was weird. Alright. Finish this guy.
One left. Disappointing.
Disappointing. I'm so good at this. I'm so awesome and black. And then he can use this ability for free. And then I can send my lady to go finish him off. Oh, maybe not finish him off. Send the old guy to do it. FN says they gave him a spear too. Yeah, they did, didn't they? His name is Bestia Tabat. Velis. Oh, so that's a title or something. Like we're patrician. It's a job title.
Connections, asshole barbarians.
Yeah.
The Triarchus run us straight into the pirate ambush, Spearman. Allow me to execute him right here and right now. This traitor must be working with them.
So the totally badass Black Gladiator is asking me, the female gamer, for permission to execute the skipper of the ship. We're sailing to join a war against pirates. It's not so surprising that we should be attacked by pirates on our way.
Don't be naive. This was no random attack. They were out for blood.
It is quite unusual for pirates to attack any ship, let alone a heavily armed Roman galley. They prefer to attack lightly defended coastal towns instead. It's less risky and more profitable.
Well, let's go talk to the man.
Guys, can you guys hear that okay, or do I have to mess with the sound a little? It's also interesting. I wonder how many people... like, no one's rowing, obviously. They're all just sort of, like, sitting there watching through the grates. Like, wow. I wonder who's going to win. I wonder who we're going to have to row for next.
Geminos, you steered us into a trap.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I had nothing to do with it, I promise. They came out of nowhere.
Silence! You utter nonsense! By Mars, it is the sea! How can anyone come from nowhere?
We cannot execute a man based on no evidence. Besides, we need our Triarchus to make it safely ashore.
What do you say, kid? What do you think we should do?
By Mars, says the gladiator. Definitely one of his gods that he worships back in... Well, anyway. Why are you asking me? You're the Primus. This decision is your responsibility.
I'm just a humble Canturio, albeit a particularly well-dressed one. Lucullus has greater plans for you. Your father's dead. The time to rely on others to make difficult decisions for you is gone.
Nero says this is why Caesar recruited so many blacks into his legions. Yeah, because of the bestial gladiator that jumped down from the rigging. Why do you want him dead, gladiator?
We are close to our destination, and we can reach it without him. If there is a possibility that he is working with the enemy, we cannot risk to let him live. Mercy, doubt, hesitation. These are all openings that the enemy can exploit to kill you. This man's value to us is far less than the threat he may pose.
You know, sometimes when we look at Europe, we see how mercy, doubt, and hesitation has really weakened them. So he does have a point. Gaius, if pirates don't attack ships as you say, why would these ones make an exception?
We are, many of us, important people, on our way to join the action against Lesbos. Is it not conceivable that the rebels heard of us? The Kingdom of Pontus is known to sponsor pirates, to harass and weaken Rome. I do not believe we have any reason to suspect our Triarchus of colluding with them.
Well, whether he did or he didn't, obviously this didn't work. And I don't want to kill our skipper before we arrive on land. We really should at least keep him alive that long.
Very well. We shall spare his life. But remember, mercy is a luxury you will not always be able to afford.
Mercy is a luxury you will not always be able to afford. You know, there's a lot of Europeans who could use that sort of thinking. Perhaps, but in this case we certainly can't afford to lose our Triarchus, our skipper. We have to reach Lesbos, my favorite island.
A wise choice, my friend. Killing the Triarchus of our ship in the middle of the sea would have been inconvenient.
Yes.
Indeed.
Thank you. If you ever again need the help of a skilled navigator, I am at your service.
Rowers, up the tempo! And keep your eyes open.
Mr. Gladius says that African venerates the same god as me. So he has to be exactly like me, and I must welcome him and his people into my land. Exactly. So, I can be Princeps. Princeps. Oh god. Heavy armor. I can be a rogue. I can be an archer. I can be a spearman. Or I can be a gladiator. Look at me, guys. I'm a gladiator. This is totally what they would do with women. They... One of the interesting things is, you would think they'd have the gladiators be a little bit more chubby. I know they had, in Rome, a lot of the gladiators had pretty heavy diets, like not like a sumo wrestler, but they had their own, like, gladiator food. In the same, like, chunko nabe exists in Japan. It's like the sumo food. Gladiators had a little extra on them, you know, so that way you could take a wound into the fat around your torso and arms without, like, killing you, because you don't hit arteries yet, right? I'm inclined to, is this a spear? Yeah, I'm inclined to go spearman. Oh, pike and staff. Yeah, well, pike. No, what is it? Oh, a lance? Lancia? Lankia? Lankia. Worn pike. Yeah, we'll go with the pike. I mean, you saw how good the old man was, and I believe that's what this guy... That's what the old man is. Warhorn. 3 hex. Multiple enemies. I can do death blow. What's that say? 1 armor shred, piercing damage, plus 50% damage who is against anyone who's stunned, knocked down, or surrendered. Oh, yeah, plus damage against people who have surrendered. Yes, that's exactly what I need. Extra damage against people who aren't fighting back. FN says, sumo chow that comes in big bags like dog food. Yeah, I think the sumos make their own food. That's like a thing. Like the sumos cook for themselves. Chunko nabe. I mean, it even sounds fat, right? Chunko, right? Nabe is like soup or whatever. Like that's the generic type of dish. It's like a hot pot thing. Chunko is the sumo type. Zakun says, is it true in Japan, at restaurants, they give a smaller portion of food to women? Not that I've seen. I mean, I didn't look that close. Like, I didn't, like, compare soup bowls. But it seemed to me that you got whatever you ordered. Like regardless of who you were. Flag bearer, you say? I kind of want death blow. Doesn't it? I think of... Oh, sundered, not surrendered. Oh, God. I can't read. Oh, yeah, it does say sundered. Jeez. I will tell you that I'm using a different monitor setup now, and it's a little bit off to the side. And it's definitely not helping. But, obviously, there's still quite a big difference between those two words. Am I dyslexic? I don't know. How many turns does this last? I'll give it a shot. Someone told me to get flag bearer, so I'll try flag bearer. Rome, here I am. Roman legion consists of 4,800 fighting men, 1,200 servants, divided 10 cohorts of 6 something. Lucullus's Legion camp.
Gentlemen, Domina, welcome to Lesbos, the pearl of the Mediterranean.
An ugly nest of pirates.
An impenetrable fortress of pirates, more like. with an infinite food supply thanks to the strength of their fleet.
We shall find a way to limit this infinite supply then.
You think like an imperator, Gaius. All right, people. This is Lucullus's war camp, the heart of our operations in this territory. You have been seaborne for a long time now. I suggest you walk it off. See the things you have to see, and meet the people you have to meet. The consul waits in the command tent. Don't be too late if you don't want to see him angry. A word.
Shall I leave you alone, Domini?
Stay, Zoe. Your help might be necessary.
I can chastise him for ordering my service around. Why are you being so shifty? Is this your way of testing me? God, these are all just... This is all just dickish replies to this guy. Didn't this guy help just save my life recently? I don't know why I'm being such a jerk to him. Why are you being so shifty?
Shifty? No. I'm trying to be discreet. I want to make sure we're on the same page. You're not here to fight.
Oh my gosh. So here we got this weird thing where he's like, well, you're a woman, you shouldn't be fighting. And then something bad starts to go down. He's like, well, you know, just start fighting. Who cares if you're a woman? And now he's like, well, you know, you're not here to fight. Fighting not for women. Once again, we're back to this, like, what if I want to join the war? I'm not some delicate flower, you know. Like, this is like the... I should get to be in the war. I should, you know, this isn't just men's playtime. I get to play too. What if I want to join the war?
Your mother has sent you here to be kept safe, away from your family's enemies. To be honest, I don't think it is wise to send one's daughter to war. Actually, I think it's insane. But what I think is unimportant. My job is to protect you.
I can protect myself. As for how I spend my time on Lesbos, I will decide that. Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. That'll teach him. That man thinks that I can't fight. I do like that he says it's insane to send your women away to die in war, because it is. So here we have our two compadres speaking. Let's see what they have to say. Cineros?
Domina.
How are you doing?
I am hungry and my face is wind-burned, but at least both of my feet are planted on solid ground now.
Not a fan of boats, huh? Why would my mother send me here of all places?
To save your life, of course.
Oh.
She firmly believes the Witelli killed your father. Sending you here was the best course of action.
Also, like, she sent us here because we'd be with the consul, one of the most powerful people of Rome. Right. I don't want to be a soldier. I just want to save my family. Oh, interesting. If this is what it takes to bring down the Vitellis brothers down, so be it. To tell the truth, I'm glad to be here. This is a fine place to make a name for myself.
Most great men of Rome have made names for themselves on campaigns like these, it is true. But you are not a man, Domina. Making a name for yourself under these duplicitous circumstances may not be the safest course of action.
What did you say? I'm not a man? How dare you? And I feel like to the gamer, these suggestions that, like, well, you know, you're not a man and you shouldn't be in war, this all seems to be unfair, right? It's unfair. If a woman wants to die in war, or maybe if all your women want to die in war, you should let them. And as the guy points out, that's insane. FN says, I wonder what he's reading? I have no idea. What do you know about the consul?
Dominus Lucius Licinius Lucullus was a close friend of your father's, and a supporter of your mother's efforts.
Say that 3 times
He
fast.
is now the closest thing you have to a father. You ought to keep this in mind.
What should I do?
I would get used to my surroundings and visit the consul as soon as possible. We're here to accomplish something. Time to find out what it is.
I'll talk to you later. All right, let's talk to the totally badass black gladiator.
Salve.
You are Bestia Tabat, right? I am Romilia Tuberta.
I am called Bestia Tabat indeed. You fight well. I noticed it.
Oh, at least he's not saying I shouldn't be fighting because I'm a woman. Wow. May I ask you a few questions?
You may ask, and
You're...
I may answer or not.
Oh, well, whatever. Your name is unusual. Is Bestia your family name?
Your name is unusual. Tabat is the name that was given to me by my father. Bestia is the name I took when I earned my freedom. I chose it because I have fought and defeated many beasts.
Many beasts? Where are you from?
I was born in Mauritania, but I'm a Roman citizen.
Mauritania is like modern-day Morocco. Like, this is a Moroccan guy. But I am a Roman citizen. I am a Roman citizen, darn you. I mean, we all know that I'm not from Rome, and I'm nothing like these people. But I'm a Roman citizen. Have you fought in a war before?
Until I undertook this voyage, I fought every single day in the arena. But wars, this will be my first.
Every single day? Was the arena even open every single day?
I recommend you to not die. Honor matters little. He who stands tall in the end will always be the winner.
Some of you, what is it, Might is Right people will be, agreeing with that one. What can you tell me about the commanders here?
They say Lucullus has the greatest military mind in Rome. I only know he is consul and imperator, but I don't understand what that means.
Consul? Well, you were in Rome. You should know what a consul is. They're like two of the most important people in the Senate. Imperator is a victorious general who's claimed Imperator by his legions. You see this bouncing thing? I got some weird visual stuff happening sometimes here. How have you lived in Rome without knowing these titles?
This is my first time seeing a senator outside of the spectator stands.
You don't need to see him just to talk about this stuff. He's one of the 2 men elected to rule Rome this year.
Ah, like a king, but temporary.
Oh, interesting. So this is the Roman Republic, and he's liking it to king. He's not at all like a king. He was chosen by the people of Rome. We Romans do not like the word king. We have fought hard to build a republic for all Romans, free of the tyranny of kings. Now, something about that line, for all Romans, feels so inclusive and modern. That is so weird. Free of the tyranny of kings. Let's see what he says.
Free of the tyranny of kings? Perhaps Romans prefer other kinds of tyranny.
You do not like the skipper, did you?
You will fail again and cause the death of someone you care about. And that death will be your doing. Mark my words.
Well, whatever. Mister says he killed 99 chickens in single combat. There you go. Those were the beasts.
That other legion. Bit wet behind the ears, aren't they?
Everyone starts out that way.
True enough. Soon they'll be veterans too.
Or they'll be dead.
Probably a little bit of both. Which I think is how all the legions went.
This is not going to work, as long as the rebels keep receiving supplies by sea.
We will need to cut their supply lines. It's an operation for our occulta speculatores.
Awe, Lucullus, we have arrived as requested.
By Jupiter, you are just as beautiful as your mother. This is the unique young woman I was telling you about, Thermos.
Unique, you say? Look, I understand you feel indebted to her father, but...
I don't want to hear but. You must trust me on this. She will be a great asset to my speculatores.
She will be a great asset to my speculatores. Okay, what are the speculatores?
A special cohort assembled for particularly daring undertakings.
Daring undertakings.
Soon enough, you shall see the kind of thing they are tasked to carry out.
So, they're like military commandos. I was told there would be no fighting. Is it even permitted for women to fight?
Who told you that? Listen, Claudiana is protective as a mother should be, but I know how your father raised you. You will not be best served by wandering this camp aimlessly for the duration of my campaign. Your skills make you far too valuable an asset to waste like that.
This highly accomplished consul, Lucullus, clearly intelligent, powerful, and in charge, sees how important it is to use women on the battlefield, and it's only underlings, backwards, less intelligent and accomplished men who would ever doubt the wisdom of sending your women to die in battle. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that it is the less intelligent, less successful that would doubt the wisdom of sending women to die in war. And it's only real smart guys. Smart, intelligent, attractive, accomplished men would know better. They know that women's place are on the battlefield just like the men. Oh, gladly. If there's a chance to prove myself, that's what I've come for.
There will be ample opportunities for that, my young ward. A trial by fire is what you need. Now pay attention. We've been in a deadlock here on Lesbos for some time now. My co-consul, Marcus Aurelius Cotta, is engaged against King Mithridates of Pontus, in the east. Mithridates is using the pirates of Lesbos as his navy.
The fortress of Mytilene here is well protected, but it also has a weakness. There's a mountain pass we can utilize. I will lead the assault myself.
I volunteer for the vanguard. If my uncle can defeat Pontus, I can surely handle Mytilene.
So be it, then. Meanwhile, you will prove yourself as a leader, my young ward.
Me?
Take Caeso Quinctius Acollinus, your Servus Cineros, and that gladiator who came with you on the ship. You will meet up with Iulius Calidus of my legion Speculatores. Your mission is to sneak into the harbor and destroy the enemy ships any way you can. I expect you have questions.
Will the legionary accept a woman taking command of them?
You have nothing to fear from Iulius Calidus. I know him well. You can trust him.
Why can I not take part in the main assault like Gaius? I should be on the front lines. You should have me. I should be meat shield for everybody. FN says, FN quoted Lucullus. He said, I know your father raised you. And then FN says, to die. He raised her to die on a battlefield. Exactly. That's exactly why fathers raise their daughters. To go to battle to die. That's exactly what fathers want. That's what good, righteous, intelligent, progressive fathers want. Why can't I be in the main assault?
If you are fast, you may yet play a part in that. But for the assault to succeed, you must do this first.
I prefer to choose my own people. Why do I have to go with who you tell me?
Prove yourself, and you will be able to name your companions. However, you will want Calidus on your team. Trust me.
Okay. All of this is just a secondary operation to Cotta's campaign?
That doesn't make what we're doing any less important. Mithridates has a dozen warriors for each of our legionari. Defeating Pontus will require patience and caution. Regaining control of the Aegaeum Mare is a crucial step in cutting off Mithridates' supply lines.
I'll do what needs to be done.
Wait. Are those your father's old weapons? I'm sure they mean a lot to you, but look. The leather is brittle. This won't do. Visit my smith, Sextus, and get yourself properly equipped before you go.
All right.
Selway, my girl, do you need anything?
Selway, my girl. Thanks for saving my life.
That is unnecessary. I just wish your father could see you like this. He would have been proud.
Oh, I bet. Like we said, it's every father's dream to see his daughter suit up for war and to go die on a battlefield. That's why girls are born. Anton in chat says, fathers raise their daughters to be minesweepers. Exactly. Ando with excellent commentary in the chat too. Do you think I'm safe here? Those people who attacked our villa, what if they find me? I say after I volunteered for war.
Calm your soul, child. There's nothing to be worried about. I am your Patronus now. No one will dare to harm you as long as I am alive.
He says as he sends her to battle. There's lots of people who would dare harm this woman if you send her into war. Oh, wow. This dialogue doesn't make any sense. You and my father were close?
We served together under Cornelius Sulla in the Social War. He was the most talented spy I've ever known.
He taught me a lot about staying ahead of my enemy.
I know. You're a natural fit for the occultist speculatores. If you're anything like your father, you'll even enjoy it.
Now, they say her father is a spy, and definitely there have been quite a few female spies throughout the years, throughout the centuries. Very successful ones. It sort of makes me think of, she wasn't a spy. You know in the Mass Effect game, you have the console? You have that one consort, the consort. There were people in Rome, women in Rome, like the consort, who had a lot of power. More so than a lot of senators. Oh, but also they didn't have first names. They didn't have prenomia, and they were all just awful and oppressed and terrible. Wasn't European civilization just always bad? Except for us enlightened progressive people who send our daughters away to war. The people who were fighting here, are they pirates or rebels? Because we've heard them called both.
Lesbos has rebelled against Rome. We call them pirates for political reasons, when in reality these people are organized much like a navy.
Oh.
They are allied with Mithridates, Megas of Pontus. He's without a doubt the most dangerous enemy Rome has faced since Hannibal.
So, not pirates. Not like, yeah, not pirates. Just, like a civil war sort of rebellion thing. How can Mithridates pose a threat against the might of Rome?
Pontus is a strong nation. They have conquered Colchis, Cappadocia, and Bithynia. And these conquests have made them bold. Mithridates himself is a fascinating figure. They say he has rendered himself immune to poison.
Now, when they list off multiple place names, some of which might not be relevant anymore, right? Like they're not like in common usage, and they do those place names with sort of ancient reconstructed Latin pronunciation. In my mind, this is really supposed to wow you, right? This is like, oh wow, all these places, all these names, Mithridates, everything's pronounced as the Latin thing. Oh, this must be all really historically accurate and interesting and all this stuff. And they really were mean to women, but at the same time, the smart guys really knew that women should be able to fight on the battlefield and die, you know? It's all signaling. It's all signaling. History as marketing. That's what I put in the title. Using history as marketing. Bamboozling you with words. This is not the first time Mithridates has fought Rome.
My mentor, Cornelius Sulla, defeated him some years ago when he first invaded our province of Asia. Mithridates exploits the ebb and flow of the conflict between the factions of our Senate. He strikes when Rome is divided, like a vulture circling a wounded wolf.
I will see you later, Patrone. Gaius Julius Caesar. Oh, the whole name is written out instead of just Gaius now.
Solway.
You're an interesting man, Gaius.
Interesting. I shall accept this as a compliment. but prepare to be disappointed. To the extent of my knowledge and ability, I shall try to be as helpful as I can.
The first time I've traveled so far from home. That's not a question. You notice there's a question mark here, but not a question mark here? This is just a statement. The first time I've traveled far from home. I assume it means this is the first time I've traveled far from home.
Indeed. Staying in Rome became, shall we say, politically disadvantageous to me. That's why I left it. Like you, I've never been to Lesbos before. I did my homework, though, in case you have any questions.
Now, this guy does sound like a nerdy British guy, right? Did they not make Gaius Julius Caesar sound like a nerdy Brit? I mean, nothing wrong if you're a nerdy Brit. Like, if you're in the chat and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a nerdy Brit. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that they made Gaius Julius Caesar sound like a nerdy Brit. Right? So, what do you know about this island?
Lesbos is one of the most important islands on this sea. Some cartographers call it the Horse Island, on account of its shape.
On account of its shape, because it looks like a horse? Why are the pirates here?
Location, I would guess. The island has countless coves and natural harbors for pirate ships to hide in. Not to mention the massive fortress in Mytilene.
Our army is vastly superior to these Greeks. I don't see why we can't simply wipe them out.
Be that as it may, their position here is superior. Mytilene is right next to the sea, and their fleet brings them supplies constantly. It's a stalemate. Of course.
Do you think that the skipper was working with the enemy?
Does it matter? For the sake of this discussion, let us say he was a traitor. In the end, we are triumphant and the pirates are dead. The Triarchus, if indeed he worked with them, now knows he picked the wrong side. In a war like this, allegiances are rarely about ideology. The common person wants nothing more than to be on the winning side, and we have shown Geminus that the winning side is ours.
I think this is fairly accurate, right? Most people really aren't that motivated by ideology. Those of us who are fairly rare and slightly, like, by like the standards of society, somewhat weird, right? Most people just want to be on the winning side. So, like, you can read stories about the Soviet Union, communists taking charge. Like, it's not necessarily that everyone who there believed in communism, but they knew the communists were winning, so they went along with it, because you got to be on the winning side. For the sake of you and your family, right? You got to be on the winning side. You can't be on the losing side when you have children. We all know that. This war camp looks like a town.
Fascinating, isn't it? The Legion can build a fortified camp like this almost overnight. In my opinion, that is the foundation of Rome's military might.
So, Cool Guy says, video essayist Caesar. Yeah, a little bit. Mr. says, as a northern Brit, I can confirm that he sounds like a soft southern... I'm not sure what that is, what that word means, or what that word means to you guys. So, I'm not going to repeat it just in case it's something bad. FN says, women could be dual-wielding swords and slaying everyone without effort by just holding them out to their sides and doing fancy parkour spins if you let them. Well, and, you know, this female character, one of the dialogue options I chose, she said something to the effect of, like, I'm better than most of your other soldiers. And, like, this is the modern dogma that you get. It's like, you know, women are just as good as men at everything, unless they might be better, right? It's like, women are just as good at this and that and this. But you know what? Women might actually have better balance and be more graceful. It's like, women are just as good in every way, unless they're better. And it's obnoxious. It's the same, you get the same stuff about race, too, right? You're like, that group is just as good as whites at everything. Actually, you know what? They're probably even better. Yeah, at some things. You know, that's the thinking. Let us talk later, Gaius.
Wait. Listen, you seem trustworthy. I may have need for your help on a rather sensitive matter.
That depends on what kind of sensitive matter we're talking about.
Your caution is well placed, but the sensitivity of the matter is rather personal in nature. I have tried pursuing a solution myself, but to no avail.
How can I be of assistance?
I've been keeping a detailed account of our journey ever since we left port. Shortly after our arrival, however, the journal went missing. I believe it to be stolen by one of the Centuriones.
So a Centurion stole your diary. Are you sure it was stolen?
I'm reasonably sure. The journal might be misplaced, but I find this to be improbable since I write regularly.
What makes you think that it was a Centurion who stole it?
I have seen a particular man walking out of my tent. As a matter of fact, I have already confronted him, and he pretty much admitted his guilt.
What if... I don't know why he would lie about admitting guilt, but why would he steal your diary?
Pain comes in many forms. Physical, emotional, and let us say that some men just enjoy inflicting pain in all forms.
Are you saying men are evil and bad? I agree. That's so righteous and brave of you to say. This is a serious accusation. Well, why don't you retrieve your property?
That I have already tried. He threatened me in a way. He said if I continue bothering him, he would read the contents of my journal publicly.
The journal includes admissions of certain actions you're not proud of?
I can stand by my decisions, and I'm proud of my actions. It's just that I don't want some donkey-headed brute reciting them in public.
Again, this is such a nerdy British way of... Like, no offense if you're a Brit. Or a nerdy Brit. It just seems like he's a nerdy Brit, alright? Oh, FN says, that's the book the other guy, Cyrnos, was reading. Oh yeah, Cyrnos, walking around with Gaius' journal. Reading up about what he's writing about whatever nerdy Brits like. What's that thing? Oh god, there's some television... Oh, Doctor Who. That's what Caesar's writing about. Doctor Who. This is a serious accusation. We should inform the Primus.
Roman law is valid in Rome, and our perpetrator knows this. This is a personal matter, and therefore it should be solved personally.
He's gonna read out my Doctor Who fan fiction in front of everybody. Good one, cool guy. Alright. What can I do for you?
The Centurio is called Agrippa, I think. He hangs out with his friends near the tent over there. I thought perhaps you could convince him to hand over my journal. Needless to say, I would like to keep the contents of the journal private. I would appreciate if you'd refrain from reading it.
Alright. Side quest. Get Gaius Julius Caesar his diary back.
Harassing that old Xurious with the limp again.
How long are they going to keep us here?
Bully!
It's driving me crazy too. I came here to kick.
He won't do anything about it. Agrippa is connected back home.
Day out.
One day that man is going to fall out of a watchtower to his death. It'll be tragic.
Don't joke about that kind of thing.
So Agrippa's a big bully, and they're calling him small-dicked. I see a woman wrote this script.
We're in the middle of something, Domina. What do you want?
I believe you're in possession of my friend's diary.
This? Ah, but this is priceless. A journal written by Cotter's stupid nephew, who thinks of himself as the greatest commander history has ever seen.
You got another British thing going on here. His stupid nephew. Stupid. That's another sort of Britishism. Maybe this guy's into Caesar's Doctor Who fan fiction. What else does he say in there? He thinks of himself as the greatest commander of history he's ever seen. What else does he say in there?
He drew his blade, pointed defiantly at the looming horizon. Set sail, he proclaimed. We have a world to conquer.
Okay. So, that's enough. So I could see why, like, this would be an inspiring thing. You could write it in your journal, but you wouldn't necessarily want it read to everybody. All right, give me the journal.
Why don't you send him back here to beg for it again?
All right. I'll give you 300 denarii.
For this worthless drivel? Now that's a bargain. Take it.
Well, that was stupid. All right, I won't read your journal. I'll just give it back to you.
Solway, I see you've successfully retrieved my journal. May I ask how you managed it?
Everything has a price. In this case, the price was 300 denarii.
You paid out of your own pocket. I don't know what to say. Thank you. I'm literally in your debt.
I'm literally in your debt. Very, again, it's like nerdy British guy. That will be unnecessary. You will pay me in some other way.
You have already started collecting favors. Wise. One last question before we're done. Did you read my journal?
No. Of course not. Your request was clear. Though we have recently met, I think of you as a friend, and something as valuable as friendship is not worth the fleeting satisfaction of one's curiosity. I have not read the journal.
Thank you for your discretion. I assure you I feel the same way.
There you go. I've given Julius Caesar his diary back. Now we gotta come over here and get some better equipment.
What are you doing walking around with weapons like that, girl?
The same thing the other legionaries are doing.
You'd be better off fighting with your hands. This leather is fossilizing. Help yourself to any of the gear on the racks. Take all of it if you need it.
Do you sell materials?
You'll have to bring your own materials if you want any work done. I've nothing to spare.
Alright, I'll see you again. Alright, so naturally, the lady comes up and he says, well, let me kit you out in full Roman legionary gear. As you do with women. Alright, press I to open your inventory. Okay, use the filter. Equipment slots, that's pretty standard. There we go. Roman staff. Equip a weapon, you gain access to its skills. Freely swap between them, press Q. Okay, extend. that's one of my abilities, is to extend. Hamstring, marking strike, concussive strike, heavy blow, reach. How's it going, No White Guilt Quips? Gez, is this the first campaign? Yes. So I just started playing. I've never played this game before. So we've arrived on Lesbos. And I'm about to go on the first mission. So, very first campaign. And I don't know what I'm doing. Gez is on Twitch, by the way. Just so you know, Gez, most people are watching me on YouTube. So I'm mostly responding to comments there. I read comments from everywhere. It's a combined chat. Alright. I have to go on my first mission. I'm hella in your debt, says Nero. Exactly. As time passes, impending events will appear on the right side of the timeline and move towards the left. Okay, so time is moving, yep. Some events may come as a surprise. These will not be shown on the timeline. Ooh. Rations. During your travels, as you and your Praetorians consume 1 ration every 8 hours. Keep your pantry well stocked. A starving Praetorian fights poorly and may eventually mutiny. You can buy more rations from merchants. So we have to go to the warehouse. Yeah, let's just go. The pirates of Lesbos have been storing something valuable in the warehouses near Colony. Follower selection. In this case, the story dictates that you must bring specific characters, so just confirm the selection this time. Oh, okay. FN says, that loading screen guy looks really cool. Yeah, exactly.
We might be at the wrong spot. There's no one here.
Lucullus said his agent would be here.
Lucullus is clearly mistaken. If there was someone here, I would know.
That's a very useful skill.
Hey, don't move.
Calm down. I am Julius Calidus of the Occulta Speculatores of Legio Prima Italica. I presume you are my reinforcements.
Once again, we're getting that sort of like lots of reconstructed Roman speech sort of strung together. Ooh, I'm super impressed. I'm a gamer. I'm impressed. History is marketing. And of course, it's another woman, right? It's going by Julius instead of Julia. But, I mean, like, we're building the diversity crew here. We've got our another woman for the fight. Impressive. I didn't see you at all. You know, you're such a great, powerful, roguelike archer woman. We were told to rendezvous with you and destroy the pirate navy.
The only way I can think of to destroy a navy on foot is to burn it down. Some Greek fire sure would be useful for that, wouldn't you say? Conveniently, there is a whole warehouse full of it right down there. Unfortunately, the moment we move into that warehouse, they will sound the alarm. So, we should be quick.
So, Greek fire, I think, is like a, you know, it's a flammable substance. Think of like napalm type of thing. I think Greek fire as we know of it didn't exist for another few hundred years, but like some sort of precursor might have had a similar name, right? So like, think of like, these are like Molotov cocktails or something they're throwing in this game, but they're not, like if you look up Greek fire, I think you find some invention that came like 700 years after this game, or like when this game is set, the late Roman Republic. We should make sure no one escapes. The last thing we need is reinforcements.
By the time anyone comes from the city, we're long gone. There's a small camp of sentries just down this hill. If we hit them first, they won't show up as reinforcements.
But then the ones inside the warehouse will hear the fighting and be ready for us.
You have touched the matter with a needle. The choice is yours, Prima.
Of course the choice is mine. I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. Or any of you. I'm gonna make this choice myself. So we can deal with the sentries over here. If we don't, then they act as reinforcements. But I don't think that matters.
They're here to steal the fire. To arms! Keep them away from those jars! Me telling it depends on us!
We're not very sneaky. Anton says Greek fire was kind of like the first flamethrower. Right. That thing that you're thinking of is an invention that's not in this game, right? In this game, they're using like Molotov cocktails or something, right? So again, that's what I'm saying. It's like Greek fire. They're using the term Greek fire in a way where I think a lot of people who know of Greek fire aren't going to. They're going to be surprised by it. Because this is like what they're making here is these jars that you throw like a Molotov cocktail. Okay. I can't get all the way to this guy. I could send in Gaius Julius Caesar. Wait, no, Caesar's not with me. Oh, I have her. Range attacks typically cannot miss. Shooting beyond your accuracy stat will decrease your damage. You can tell this is happening if the end of your trajectory turns yellow or red beyond twice your accuracy. You cannot shoot at all. Shield characters can deflect. Okay. Is there a thing for that? I don't know what my shooting distance is. I'll just walk in over here. Oh god. Cover. If a character is adjacent to cover, they're protected from attacks within a 100-degree cone from the other side. Cover blocks attacks completely. You're either in cover or you're not. Low cover helps if a character is able to crouch. Characters will automatically crouch in low cover and stand up to shoot over it, but they will be forced to stand up if an enemy stands next to them. This is some Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 type feeling stuff. High cover. Yep. Okay. Deflected by shields, huh? Well, this guy doesn't have any shield. Oh, okay. So, like, the very end of my trajectory has changed colors. What if I come up here? So, 4 to 6. 5 to 7. Pretty good. So, let's just send everybody into this building. We'll hold up in here and do the fighting in here. We'll just finish this guy off with reach. Ba-da. Bonk. Get bonked. So here's that high cover symbol. Send my character in. Maybe we'll come high cover over here. Okay. Yeah, I don't care. We're good. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Our gladiator friend. Flamerwaffen? Yeah, see, I don't think the Flamerwaffen. I don't think it's that. Now, does anyone know if there's a way to speed this up? Because, I mean, like, this is a lot of enemies. And if they're all going to move at once, like, it's sequentially. Like, okay, that guy walked out of the building. This guy's going to walk around a little bit inside the building. Okay, this is going to walk a guy a little bit outside the building. Okay, now I get to move again. I don't know. Let's... Yeah, let's just bum rush these guys here. Okay, you... Here. Wait, probably... Well, whatever. Okay, you're there. You can go ahead and do your stuff then. Oh yeah, they're right there. Some of these guys are going to get hit pretty hard here.
This is all too easy.
Focus is unique to light infantry. Many of these skills cost focus to activate. Focus is spent when these skills are used. Focus per attack. Equip weapon. Blah, blah, blah. I'll figure that out later. I'll bring up my character. I don't suppose I can reach over him, can I? Oh, I can. Oh, no, I can't. Well, whatever. I'll just come straight up here. I got a shield. He doesn't have any action points to spend, but that's okay. I hope I can shoot over someone. Ah, I can't shoot over him. Okay, you bonk this guy. What the heck? Oh my god. I didn't expect him to run all the way out there to do it. I used an attack that can be used from so far away. So this is an attack of opportunity. That's a Dungeons and Dragons thing. You know, when you're standing next to someone and you're moving and like they get to hit you, it's all very annoying. Attack of opportunity nonsense. Well, I can't shoot this other guy, can I? Oh, well, it says 0% chance. Oh, it's because he's got shields up. 0 to 6 shield damage. Well, just shoot him anyway. I got nothing else to do. Okay, this guy's gonna get wailed on. Oh my god.
Oh, if I were 20 years younger.
Oh, and then we're gonna watch. So is there a way to speed this up? Anton says, I think you're underestimating the strength of our Roman fighting women embargo. Yeah, it could be. Oh.
Hurry.
One of your characters has been incapacitated. This will likely happen often. If combat death is enabled, they'll bleed out. Stabilize them with bandages or with the aid skill that every character has when unarmed, or you'll lose them forever. So, he's got incapacitated for 3 turns, he'll bleed out. And no one has any bandages. So they'll have to, like, unarm themselves to help him up. Let me see about doing something. Oh my god. Okay, let me do some attacking here. Fields can block, shield health, blah blah blah. Oh my god, I really don't care. And I can't walk around him because that'll be an attack of opportunity. Yeah. Oh, I can go this way. Jeez Louise. Can I, get one of these? Oh.
You're a dangerous woman.
You're a dangerous woman. I don't suppose I can shoot him. Cannot see that target because this guy's in the way. So I can move him. He'll take an attack. That was a pretty strong attack. So this would be deflected by shields, but he doesn't have a shield left. Okay. Swapping requires an action point. And if I press I don't get the inventory. Does anyone know if I can unarm my character in the middle of a fight? Well, let's just try this for a second.
Strike my shield all you want. That's why I brought it.
Oh. There goes that guy. Okay. So, someone says options? Controls? Camera speed? Oh, jeez. Difficulty? User interface? Notification duration? Combat speed. Gotta go fast. Oh, okay. Whoop! There, it's better.
I feel...
Honor means nothing if you're dead.
Oh my god.
I have plenty of blood to spare.
She's cowering. Routed. Cannot take any action. Moves in a random direction. Oh, crap. That's bad. I don't know if I'm gonna succeed at this one, guys. Five to 7 bludgeoning. Okay, then this. Wow. Now, if I come over here, again, I don't see any way to help this guy up because I'm armed. Like, it says I can pick someone up if I'm unarmed. Does anyone know about that? Yar says I'm terrible. Well, I don't play this type of game, and I could put it on a lower difficulty. Jeez. Okay. Well, I only have 2 characters I control right now. Let me just, I could hide around the corner for a second. If I could knock out 2 people this round, I might win the encounter. Oh my god, lady.
Somebody should stop this bleeding. I can tell you how.
You can tell me how? Oh, that's good. Oof.
Get up, Gabat. Get up.
Okay, wait. Can she come over here, smack this guy, smack the other guy? We might be able to end the encounter early.
Just one more left. Come on, we can do this. I'm not dying for
Okay, so there you go. See, now they can get up. I didn't have to get them up because the encounter was able to end early. And see, look, uninjured. They're perfectly fine. Not a scratch on them.
We make a good team. Let's get our hands on that Greek fire before anyone else comes to check on this place.
She says, we make a good team. This is the lady who, like, halfway through the battle just ran. Just ran. Exactly. So, let me, does anyone actually know about this game? Again, I'm just wondering, so, like, you can pick people up if you're unarmed, but if I have 2 sets of weapons, can I not do that? So, like, here we have unarmed. So here I can swap between weapon and unarmed. Should I leave that second thing blank so I can do that? Does anyone know how this works? Because, I mean, you can say that I'm bad in the chat, but if you don't know how this works either, then we're in trouble. All right, give me this Greek fire.
Be careful with those jars. The liquid inside is highly volatile. It'll make quick work of those ships.
What does it taste like? There's something off about you. I don't know. What's wrong with her? Is it that she has, like, this weirdly deep voice? She's kind of like, oh, what's that one girl? Oh, what's that girl who faked being smart or whatever? Okay, let's see. I'm typing this on my phone. Girl, scam, blood test. Elizabeth Holmes. Theranos. That's what I'm thinking of. She's kind of got like this, like, I'm a woman doing a weirdly deep voice because I'm Elizabeth Holmes. Like, this gives me authority. Yeah. You know, she's got that sort of thing. So she is a little off, right? Seems like a rude thing to say, but I don't even know what's happening here. I don't know why I would be mean to her, though. It is weird that she's like this, like, commando gal under the command of the console. It's gonna burn down ships with us in my diversity crew. Yeah, Theranos lady. Elizabeth Holmes. But I don't know why I would be mean to her. Now, let's see what she says.
Focus, please. This was the easy part. Now we have to sneak into the harbor and burn the ships.
And then we have to sneak back out, one supposes.
Not necessarily, but ideally.
Yeah, you see, she's got that weirdly, like, I'm a woman doing a deep voice. Var says, you're not supposed to know she's a woman. That becomes a dramatic plot reveal. Why did they make her such an obvious woman? Why did they give her a woman voice in woman face? Is it actually supposed to... I'm supposed to not know she's a woman? Jeez. People aren't biologists, are they? They don't know a woman even when they are one. I would like to retain my life if possible.
I think I can speak for all of us when I say that we would all like to retain our lives.
Okay, well, that was a very humorous interaction. I bet a woman wrote that one too. Devil says they're trying to pretend it isn't obvious she's a woman. It is really weird that they would think that it's not obvious. Like, they think it's not obvious? Okay, let's leave. Expeditions Rome. Once again, we've got the same, like, really awesome guy. I don't know. Looks awful. Var says he played the game until he reached Gaul, and then he quit because the combat just drags. Okay. Rodent menace? What the heck? Rodents are a problem everywhere in the world, it seems. As mealtime rolls around again and you open your rations, you find that several sacks have been gnawed open by tiny teeth, their contents eaten. Son of a... Oh, I think I lost 5. Rodent menace. You would think all these stray cats you see everywhere in Greece would help you with this, but it seems the locals keep them well fed. And then why should they bother hunting mice? Oh, that's what... Dude, I've had so many conversations with people who don't think cats are good mousers. Like, I've known people on farms who are like, cats aren't good mousers. These cats won't go after mice. And it's like, how much are you feeding them? Like, they're free feeding, like, infinite food to their cats. And they're like, why mice not kill mouse? Why cat not kill mouse? It's like, give them a little less food, and they'll go after mice. Trust me. Stop feeding all of the cats so much. Was this Mytilene? Whatever. It's the only real city on Lesbos. In recent years, it has harbored many pirate ships, much to Rome's dismay. You must bring specific characters to this location. Confirm. Oh, is this what a badass warrior looks like? Is this a warrior? I can't tell.
We made it here unnoticed. So far, so good. Now we just need to get through that gate with the Greek fire. Just one guard. Let's you and I go up there and deal with him, Prima.
That texture popping. Yeah, us two ladies will handle it. You men, well, you guys just do stuff. Us ladies will handle it.
We'll see what our options are once we're atop the wall.
We will meet you down on the docks. Good luck.
The way she says that, once we're atop the wall. Again, she's got that, like, Elizabeth Holmes, weirdly deep woman voice. Get this guy.
I'm taking him. Get ready.
Oh my god. Wow. What a badass woman to just kill a man in cold blood or whatever. Ooh.
Good. The ships are moored quite close to each other. Fire will spread easily.
That was brutal.
Hardly. He didn't even have time to realize what happened. It was a quick and quiet death. Much better than what any of us can hope for if we're caught tonight. Let's signal to the others to move the Greek fire crate as close as they can to the galleys.
Hey you men, carry the crate.
At once, Prima. Let's go.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess we
right.
have a couple of different options for how to get this party started. We could lob a pot of Greek fire onto the deck of that nearest galley from the pier below. That would give us a head start on our main objective. Or those 3 guards look half asleep. I'm sure we could take them out the same way I handled this guy here. That means less enemies to fight.
Let's throw the Greek fire.
I can see the merit of both plans. Let's regroup with the others and then decide.
Alright, let's get off the wall. Us 2 ladies have deliberated our tactical and strategic options, and we're now going to make a decision about how to proceed in this guerrilla warfare campaign, this ancient Roman guerrilla warfare campaign.
We are. How do you want to do this?
Crap. I actually didn't want to start this dialogue yet, because it's about time for this stream to end. Veer, or Var, says Gaul in this game really ramps up the feminism. There are female warriors everywhere. In Greece, the only women you'll be facing are healers. FN says she sounds like she has something in her throat. P says, it's for real, supposed to be a twist. The woman in the hood is a woman. I mean, I can't imagine. Who would you have to be to not tell that this is a woman? You gotta be, like, blind and deaf. She looks like a woman. Talks like a woman. Well, I mean... yeah, it's all... I mean, you can... It's a game. It's a video game. You can see her and you can hear her. And both of those are womanish. Okay. She loses her hood after the reveal. Yeah, imagine needing a reveal. I mean, you can even see her eyes, her eyebrows. Oh, it's womanish. Okay. Well, I think that's it for today. Coming up next Wednesday, we'll pick this up again. I'll get us to this point. It might not save exactly here, or whatever. We'll either throw a jar on the pier, or we will take out the guards sneakily and then make our way to the galleys, which I think is the type of ship. Well, that's about it for today. I hope y'all had a good one. Let me close this. Coming up this weekend, I'll be playing probably some more Deep Rock Galactic. You got that new patch, the new season, so there's a lot to play still there. I might be able to rope American Krogan in to talk about some things. American Krogan might have some views on this game. He might be able to watch parts of this stream while he wasn't able to come here today. It is possible I might be able to rope him into future streams of this. American Krogan might come on and, you know, do the commentary thing with me. But, yeah, I think we've got some weird feminism kind of like, well, you know, women should get to go to war too sort of narratives happening. And otherwise than that, have a good week, everybody. And I'll see you this weekend. Peace out.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Here.